Hello everyone. Today we'll be going through mathematics, pure mathematics 1. This is WMA1101 paper, and keep in mind this is sample assessment material. So we'll go through this question number 1. Question number 1 says, given that y is equal to this one, x is not equal to 0 is the condition, find in their simplest form. A part we have to find dy by dx, and this is 3 marks question. So A part we can take derivative y is equal to, we'll copy the question, cube minus 5 over x square, and x is not equal to 0. It's given. Now we can shift this x square as the numerator, so we can rewrite it as minus 2. Power will be minus 2. Now we can take derivative. Derivative will be dy over dx, and this will be equal to 4 multiplied by 3. Power will be pulled first, and then we will be reducing power by 1. So it will be 3 minus 1, which will be 2. Minus, this will be 5 into minus 2. I will write for you so that you can understand. This will be minus 2 minus 1, and finally we can write dy over dx is equal to 12x squared, and minus into minus will be plus, so 5 into 2 will be 10, so 10x raised to the power minus 3. This can be answer, or we can rewrite it as 12x squared plus 10 over x cubed. This can be our final answer. This is 3 marks which we have done. Now for B part says we have to integrate the given function. So integral y dx, for B part we can write integral y dx will be equal to integral of the given function 4x cube minus 5x raised to the minus 2 dx. We can integrate it. So this will be equal to, power will be increased by 1, so 3 plus 1 will be 4, and divided by the power minus 5x raised to minus 2 plus 1 will be minus 1, and will be divided by minus 1, and plus integral constant c. So this will be equal to 4 can be cancelled with 4, and it will be x raised to the power 4, and this minus will multiply with this one, and it will become plus 5 over x, 5 over x, and this plus c. We can write 5 over x, or we can write 5 in 1 over x, and 1 over x in brackets, and this will be our final answer for this part. And this was a 3 marks question. This part was 3 marks. Total question was 6 marks. We are done. Now we can move to the question number 2. Question number 2 says, A part, given that this is equal to this, find the exact value of A. This is 2 marks. Exact value we need to find. So we can we can write the question given. If it is 3 is for minus 1.5, which is equal to A under root 3. Now we can make A as subject because we require the value of A, so we can shift this under root 3 to the other side, so it will be equal to 3 raised to a minus 1.5 divided by under root 3. This we can rewrite as 3 raised to minus 1.45 over, this will be 3 raised by 1 by 2, and further we can rewrite it as 3 raised to minus 1.5 minus 1 by 2, and because this is denominator, power in denominator, when we'll shift as numerator, its power will be subtracting. So indices rule we are applying. Now we can check the power. Minus 1.5 minus 1 over 2 will be equal to minus 2. So a is equal to 3 raised by minus 2, and we can rewrite it as 1 over 3 square. 1 over 3 square means it will be 1 over 9, and this will be the exact value as required for this. Now for B part, they are saying simplify fully this expression. We need to simplify. B part we can solve over here. B part will be 2x raised to the power 1 by 2 whole raised to the power 3, and this is divided by 4x squared. So what we can do, we can write separate power, and this 3 power we can write separately for 2, so it will be 2 raised to power 3 and x raised to power 1 by 2 raised to the power 3, and it will be divided by 4x squared. 2 raised to power 3 means 8, so it will be 8, and these two powers will be multiplying, so it will be 3 by 2 over this will be 4x squared, and we can cancel. 4 2s are 8, and our fraction will become x 2x raised to power 3 by 2 divided by x squared. Now this denominator we can shift as numerator, so its power will be subtracted, and it will be 2x raised to the power 3 by 2 minus 2, and this will be 3 over 2, and minus 2 means minus 1 by 2, so 2x raised to a minus 1 by 2, and we can write it as 2 over under root x, and this will be our final answer for this B part, which is also 3 marks. Question 2 for 5 marks we are done. Now we can move to the question number 3. Question number 3 is simultaneous equations. We have to solve these two given simultaneous equations, and this is 6 marks. Straightforward simple question. If you know the technique and if you have done practice properly and you can avoid mistakes, you can reach to the answer in first attempt. That will be very important. So y plus 4x plus 1 is equal to 0, and this equation implies we can get y value and we can substitute in this equation, or we can take x value and we can substitute, but x value, if we will be substituting, that will be a little complicated, so better to substitute y value, because coefficient of y is 1. Always prefer for the variable which is having coefficient 1. Otherwise, if both are having some coefficient more than 1, then you have no other option but to go for the one of them. So y will be equal to minus 4x minus 1, or we can write minus and inside will be 4x plus 1. So this value of y we will be replacing in the given second equation, and this will be y squared plus 5x squared plus 2x is equal to 0, and y value is will be minus 4x plus 1. This is y value, and we have to take care of it, and plus 5x squared plus 2x is equal to 0. Now when we take square, this negative will change to plus and square will remain for this only, and plus 5x squared plus 2x is equal to 0. Hopefully you are understanding and following each and every step. Now next step is opening this square, so this will be a square plus b square plus 2ab, so a plus b square is equal to a squared plus b squared plus 2ab. This will be the formula which will be applying, and it will be 16x square plus 1 square will be 1 plus 2ab, 2 into 4 will be 8, so 8x plus 5x squared plus 2x is equal to 0. Now this is square and this is square. Adding like terms, this will be 21 x squared and 8x, and 2x will be 8 plus 2 will be 10, so it will be plus 10x and plus 1 is equal to 0. Further, now we can simplify, and basically we have to factorize this quadratic equation. To factorize this, we will be taking help from the calculator. So mode 5 3, and we will be providing the complete working as well. So this will be coefficient of x square is 21, coefficient of x is 10, and the constant value is 1, and this is minus 1 over 7 and minus 1 by 3. So minus 1 over 7 and minus 1 by 3, these are the values which we got. Change sign of these values, use this, and how we will use this, we will take denominator and write with x. So 7x and plus 1, so this will be our first factor, and the second factor, this 3, we will write 3x and plus 1, so this will be the second factor, and the intermediate step which I kept gap over here will be written over here. So this will be 7x I will write, then I will write this term into 3x plus 1, and then I will write plus 1 and into 3x plus 1 is equal to 0, and this will be complete working. There will be no objection from the examiner, so this is done. Now we can write this implies what, 7, basically 7x plus 1 is equal to 0, or 3x plus 1 is equal to 0. This implies x will be equal to minus 1 by 7 and x is equal to minus 1 by 3. So these will be the two x values which we found. We can now find the y values. For y values, we can use any of these two equations because this equation is a little simpler one. So I will replace in this y is, and this equations, the modified format I will use, and the modified format is this one. So y is equal to minus 4x plus 1. So y, I will write here y is equal to minus outside and 4x plus 1, and these two values term by term I will replace. And if when for example when we replace minus 1 by 7, so we can write at x is equal to minus 1 by 7. This will be the situation, and this will be minus 4 into minus 1 by 7, and the 7 I will write properly, 7 and plus 1 and bracket close, and now we can use calculator for this. This will be minus in brackets 4 and again bracket minus 1 over 7 and bracket will be closed, and plus 1 and bracket close, and this is equal to minus 3 by 7. So minus 3 by 7 will be the 1y value, and at x is equal to minus 1 by 3 minus 1 by 3, y will be equal to, again we will replace in the same equation, and this will be minus 1 over 3 plus 1, and this will be changing this to 3, and this will be equal to 1 by 3. So these are the two y values which we got. So this is x value, this is x value. Hopefully you understood this. So simultaneous equation is solved, which was a 6 marks question which we have done. Now the question number 4 says, the straight line with equation, this equation of the straight line is given. Straight line with this equation where c is the constant is a tangent to the curve with equation this one. So curve equation is also given. Calculate the value of c. So value of c we need to calculate. This section, this graph is not part of the questionnaire. I have inserted and I'll explain in a while. So what we will be doing, we know that this is the curve equation. This is the curve equation. So tangent to the curve. Tangent to the curve mean we will find the derivative. So dy by dx. This will be the tangent equation, and this will be equal to derivative of this equation will be 4x plus 8. This will be the derivative. So, and we know that this is equal to 4. Why? Because you can see this is 4, so this is m value. So m is equal to 4. So we can replace this is equal to 4. So our equation will be 4x plus 8 is equal to 4. So it means 4x is equal to 4 minus 8, which is equal to minus 4. So x will be equal to minus 4 over 4, which is equal to minus 1. So x will be equal to minus 1. So we got x is equal to minus 1. Now after getting this value, we need to find the y value also, and this minus 1 we will replace in the given equation, and the given equation is y is equal to given equation of the curve is this one, and in this we will replace x is equal to minus 1. So it will be 2 into minus 1 squared plus 8 into minus 1 plus 3. And now we can solve this. This will be 2 minus 8 plus 3, which is 5 minus 8, so which will be equal to minus 3. So our y value will be minus 3. So our point will be minus 1 minus 1 minus 3. Minus 1 minus 3 is the point. Now we have equation of the line which is given y is equal to 4x plus c, and this point we will be replacing in this equation, and we will find the value of c. So minus 3 is y value is equal to 4 into minus 1 plus c. So c is equal to minus 4, c is equal to minus 3 plus 4, which is equal to 1. So c will be equal to 1. So y-intercept will be equal to 1 for this straight line. So algebraically we have solved this equation which was required in question number 4, and this was 5-mark question. I'll advise you to practice these type of questions in graphical softwares which are available on the net. There are so many softwares available on net. You can use any of them. I have plotted this graph for you, and I'll be explaining this one. If you practice this, you will get better understanding of the curves and graphs, how to sketch them, and what will be the points and exact situation you will come to know. So you can see this is a red graph, which is basically the curve, and the equation of the curve is given, which is this one, y is equal to 2x square plus 8x plus 3, and this is blue line, which is equation, which is the straight line, and we have plotted that straight line, and the straight line finally which we got is y is equal to 4x plus 1. And if we plot this, you can see this is the point of intersection of the curve and the tangent line. It means tangent line is touching the curve at this point, which you can see is exactly same as we got this minus 1 and minus 3, and we got also minus 1 minus 3. Similarly, the c value which we got 1, you can check from here y-intercept of this line is tangent line is 0 and 1, which we got, so y-intercept is 1. So these type of graphical softwares are very helpful for your better understanding and improving your skill level. So specifically for curve sketching, for transformation, for these type of questions you should practice these from the graphical softwares also. So let us move to the question number 5. Question number 5 is this one. It says a part on the same axis, sketch the graph of y is equal to x plus 2. So this one straight line is given, and y is equal to x square minus x minus 6, and this is the quadratic graph, and you know x coefficient of x square is positive, so it's opening upward, showing the coordinates of all points at which each graph crosses the coordinate axis, and this is 4 marks question. So we have to basically sketch the graph, and for sketching graph, what we can do, we can plot this one. I have inserted graph for you, and this is the perfect graph which I have drawn for your explanation with the help of a graphical software. So if I first go through this graph, it will be better for your understanding. So if we plot this one, it is like this. So you can see the equation given is y. What we can do, we can write the equation. So y is equal to, for a part, y is equal to x squared minus x minus 6. To find the points of intersection, we can factorize this equation, and for factorization, this will be coefficient of x square is 1, coefficient of x is minus 1, and minus 6 is the constant, so we'll get 3 and minus 2. So factors will be x minus 3 and x uh, factors are 3 and minus 2. So we'll change sign and write here, and we will replace equal to 0 for the x. In for x intercepts, y will be 0. So this implies x is equal to 3 and x is equal to 2. So x is equal to minus 2. So these are the points. Point will be 3 0, and the second point will be minus 2 and 0. You can see that this is minus 2 and 0, and this is 3 and 0. Now we can find the y-intercept also. Y-intercept will be, for y-intercept, x will be replaced equal to 0, so y is equal to 0 squared minus 0 minus 6, and this will be equal to minus 6. So you can see here y-intercept is minus 6, and we can plot the basically these points, and then we have to plot the straight line. Now to plot this curve, how we will be plotting, I will show the sketching of graph also, and we can sketch the graph over here. For sketching graph, we can draw a coordinate axis over here, and points of interception will be, one will be minus 2 and 0, so we can write 1 and 2. This will be minus 2, and the second point is 1 2, and we can take this point as 3. This is x-axis, this is y-axis, and this should be minus 6. So we can show graph passing through 3, and we can move a little 3 over here. So 3 will be this one, and our this point will be minus 6 as we got over here. So this point is minus 6. So these coordinates you can show, like for example minus 2 and minus 2 and 0, minus 2 and 0, and this will be 3 and 0, and this coordinate will be 0 and minus 6. So you can show like this one. And now we have to show the straight line also, and the straight line is what? Straight line is given y is equal to x plus 2. So y is equal to x plus 2. We know its y-intercept is 2 and the gradient is 1. So it is passing through 2 and gradient is 1, and at x is y is equal to 0, x will be at y is equal to at y is equal to 0. This implies x is equal to minus 2. So it is passing through the same point minus through, and it is intercepting basically the curve like this one. So we can show over here, and this point will be y-intercept will be 2. So we can show here this one as 0 and 2. So these are the points basically which we have to show, and I have shown you the perfect graph also. So the points of intersection basically we have to show these points. Hopefully you understood this. So if we go through again this one, so you can see these are all the same points. Here it is 3 0, and we also got this one as 3 0. Then here this point is minus 2 and 0, and we also got minus 2 and 0. And this is 2 0 and 2, and we also got 0 and 2. So this point y-intercept of the curve is also 0 and minus 6, and we got 0 and minus 6. So this will be your sketching technique which we'll be using. Now we can go through B part, and B part says on your sketch show by shading the region are defined by the inequalities. So what will be that region which we have to show? Y is less than x plus 2 and y is greater than this. So less than will be lower section. If I show lower than this line, lower than this line will be this whole section. Lower than this line will be this whole section. This one I am showing. This will be lower section which we will be shading. But the second thing which we have to shade is we will modify the shading part. I'm shading outer region, lower region for your understanding. Then after that we will modify the shading part. So what I have done, I have shaded this first equation, which is y is less than x plus 2. Now we will be shading the second equation, which is y is greater than this. So greater than this quadratic graph will be which section? I will show you. That will be greater than this curve is this upper portion. Inside this one is all greater than this curve. So this will be the shading portion which we have to shade. But now you can see this all will be shaded. But now you can see this outer, this outer region is extra. So we have to remove this. We have to shade only the inner portion. Now I will modify the shading part, and shading part we can modify, and the shading part will be, it's difficult to remove this, but I'm trying to do this one. So hopefully I'll be able to. Otherwise, yes, I was able for first instant. So this one done. Now we can shade the inner portion. The targeted one is lower than this line but above this quadratic curve. So our shading part will be only this one which will be shaded. Hopefully you understood each and everything. Now I will show you the same graph which I have done shading, in that software which I'm using. You can use any of the softwares. There are so many softwares available on the net, and keep in mind these softwares will not be available to you during exam and you cannot use them. So this is basically only practice at home and you can understand them properly. So this is basically the graph which I have shaded. You can see this portion is, if I change the color so you can understand better, this is doubly shaded. You can see the difference. So this part is doubly shaded and this part is basically the required region, which is this one above the quadratic curve and below the straight line provided. So this is basically the shading part which we have done with the help of that software, and we got the perfect curve with the intercepts. Basically these all intercepts, minimum point, we can check from there. So B part is shading part which we had done. This was 1 mark question. Now we can move to the C part. Hence or otherwise find the set of values of x for which this quadratic graph is less than 3, and this is 3 marks question. Hence or otherwise find the set of values of x for which this uh, is less than 0. So less than 0, we can write this equation: x square minus 2x minus 8 is less than 0, and we can factorize this, and factors will be, we can factorize this will be mode 5 3 is already there. So coefficient of x square is 1, coefficient of x is minus 2, and constant value is minus 8, and this will be equal to 4 and minus 2. So 4 and minus 2 are the factors. So we can solve this x square minus 2x minus 8 equal to 0, this one, and we will take these factors, and factorization will be what? X minus 4 and x plus 2 will be equal to 0, and this implies x is equal to 4 and x is equal to minus 2. Now we can sketch this graph. This will be like, we can sketch over here on this page, and our x-axis I'm drawing first. So this is minus 2. We can so directly we can draw, for example, curve will be opening upward and it will be like this one, and this point we can show minus 2, and this will be 4, and minus 2 and 4, this will be in between is 6, so it will be 3 units from here. So we can draw y-axis like this one. Basically this side is 4 and this side is minus 2, so we can show over here this will be the y-axis and this is x-axis, and this is the origin, and the we are saying what? We are saying y should be less than 0. Now less than 0 is which portion? Less than 0 is this inner portion which we have to shade. So less than values are this one. We can show these values are y is less than 0, and for this one we can write equation will be what? X values greater than minus 2 and less than 4. This is less than 4 and greater than minus 2. This will be our values which we can write. They are saying hence or otherwise find the set of values for x for which this is. So this is basically the set of values which we have given. Hopefully you understood this. Now we can move to the next question. Question number 6. Question 6 says this figure 1 is provided. Figure 1 shows a sketch of the curve C with equation y is equal to f of x. This curve C passes through the origin and through 6 and 0. So 6 and 0 is this point and origin is this one. The curve C has a minimum at point 3 minus 1. So 3 minus 1 is the minimum point which they have provided. On this a separate sketch, the curve with equation, we have to sketch this curve y is equal to f of 2x. Now if we understand this transformation y is equal to f of 2x, this is basically horizontal compression. This is horizontal compression. Horizontal compression by scale factor, and this will be 1 by 2 will be the scale factor. So we have to compress this. So horizontal compression, this side will be moving to this one and this point will be moving to this side. And what we have to do, we can go through. So compression, we have to draw basically these points, and they are saying on a separate diagram sketch the curve with equation this. So horizontal compression will be what? If we sketch the graph, so it will be like first I will draw the x-axis, and we know it is 0 and 6. So our new graph will be like this one, and the points which we will be showing will be, this will be x-axis, this will be y-axis, and what else we can show, this will be origin, and this point which is 6 and 0. So 6 will be multiplied by 1 by 2, so this will be 3. So this point will be 3 and 0. So 3 and 0, and this point which is basically 3 and minus 1. So this will be 3 will be multiplied by 1 by 2, and we will get 1.5. So this minimum point will be 1.5 and minus 1. So minus 1 will remain as it is, and this we will get 3 and 0, and this is the origin which is 0 0 we can show over here. So this will be basically a part which we have done over here. Hopefully you understood this one. Now we have to solve b part. We can solve this is y is equal to f of x plus p, where p is a constant and p is varying from 0 to 3. For b part, we can understand this transformation first. This transformation will be, this will be translation to the left. This is plus p, so it will be p units left. So we can move this to 1 or 2 units. So p is in between 0 or 3, so we can write b part. P value is what? P value is in between 0 and 3. So it can be 1 or 2, so we can move 1 unit or 2 unit, and it will be translation to the left. Translation to the left. To the left. So this will be translation, and to move the graph we can draw like this one. So it will be moving like this one, and x-axis will be over here, and this will be one point and this will be the other point. And this is basically, if we are moving 2 units to the left, so 6 will be moving to 4. So 2 units, this will be 4, and 0 and origin will be moving to minus 2, and 0, this will be 2 units move to this side, and this is what we can show. And instead of this as 3 and minus 1, it will be moving to the minimum point will be 1 and 1 and minus 1. So we can write here 1 and minus 1. So this will be the translated graph which we are done. Hopefully you understood this. I have plotted this perfect graph also for you, and if you see, this is what we have sketched. This is what we have sketched, and if we compare this one, this is 0 0, this is 3 0, and this is the minimum point. For this, let us move to the next question, which is question number 7. Question 7 says a curve with equation y is equal to f of x passes through the point 4 and 25. Given that f dash of x is provided, x is greater than 0, find f of x, simplify each term, and this is a question for 5 marks. So we can take integral of f dash of x, and this will be equal to f dash of x dx, and this will be equal to integral of 3 by 8 x squared minus 10 x raised to a minus 1 by 2 plus 1, and this will be dx. And now we can, this side, integral of this side will be f of x. So f of x is equal to, now we can integrate this one, it will be 3 by 8, 3 over 8 x raised to the power 2 plus 1, which is 3, and divided by 3, and minus 10 x raised to a minus 1 by 2 plus 1, so it will be 1 by 2, and divided by 1 by 2, and plus x, integral of 1 will be x, and plus integral constant c. Now we can cancel this 3 with this 3, and next step we can write f of x will be equal to x cubed over 8 minus, this will be 2 will be multiplying by 10, so it will be 20x under root, and plus x plus c, and further we can use this given point and find the value of c. So it will be at 4 and 25, so we can write y value f of x will be 25, and it will be x value will be 3, so 4, so it will be 4 cubed over 8 minus 20 under root 4 plus 4. So this will be plus c basically, and now c value will be, we will shift these everything to the other side, so it will be 25 minus 4 cubed over 8 and plus 20 under root 4, and minus 4 is equal to, we can use calculator for this, it will be 25 minus 4 cubed divided by will be divided by will be 8, and next value is 20 under root 4, and minus 4, and this will be resulting to, there is some syntax error, yes, so we missed plus over here, and this will be equal to 53. So this will be 53. Now c value we can replace over here, and our f of x will modify to, f of x will be equal to x cube over 8 minus 20 under root x, and plus x, and plus will be 53. This will be our function which was required, and it was 5 mark question which we are done. Now we can move to question number 8. Question number 8 says, this one is question number 8, figure 2, the line L1 shown in figure 2 has equation this. So L1 is this line, and this is the equation for L1. So 2x plus 3y is equal to 26. This is the equation for L1. And the line L2 passes through the origin and is perpendicular to L1. So perpendicular to L1 means this angle is 90 degree, and passes through origin, so this is the origin and having coordinates 0 0, and what we have to do, we have to find, a part is find the equation for line L2. So for L2 we need equation. So one information is that this L2 is perpendicular to L1. It means whatever gradient of this line will be, we can use that gradient for L2, and that gradient will be used for L2, plus we can use this origin to write the equation of L2. So first of all we require the gradient of L1. So for A part we can go for the gradient of L1. So equation is 2x plus 3y is equal to 26. Now we can make y as subject, so we will be writing y is equal to mx plus c format. So 3y is equal to minus 2x plus 26, and y will be equal to minus 2 by 3x plus 26 over 3. And from here we can write the gradient of L1. So the gradient of L1 will be equal to minus 2 over 3. This is the gradient because we have written equation in y is equal to mx plus c format. And gradient of L2, so gradient of L2 which is perpendicular to L1 will be equal to reciprocal and negative of this gradient, so it will be 3 by 2, and instead of minus we'll be taking positive. So this gradient we will be using, and origin we will be using. Origin, we know we have this L2 is passing through origin. Now we can write the equation we can write equation of line in point slope form. So y minus y1 will be equal to m into x minus x1. So this will be y minus, for the origin we will taking 0 is equal to m, which is uh, 3 by 3 by 2, so we can take 3 by 2 and x minus 0, so this will be y is equal to 3 by 2x. So this will be basically equation for L2 which we were supposed to find. Now we can go for the B part. B part says the line L2 intercepts the L1 at point C. This is point C, so both lines are intersecting at this point. Uh, Crosses the y-axis at point B as shown in the figure. So L1 is crossing at B. Find the area of the triangle OBC. Give your answer in the form of A over B, where A and B are integers to be found. So for B we know that x will be equal to 0, and we have equation this equation of L1. So in this equation we will use this equation to find the y-intercept. So we can write here B part will be, this is the equation which we will be using, which is 2x plus 3y is equal to 26. So 2x plus 3y is equal to 26. So at y-axis x will be equal to 0. This implies 2 into 0 plus 3y is equal to 26. So 3y will be equal to 26. So y will be equal to 26 over 3. So B point we can write, it will be x value will be 0 and y value will be 26 by 3, and we can mention over here this will be x value will be 0 and y value will be 26 over 3. This is done. Now we can to find the value of C we will be equating. So to find C we will equate both equations. What are the equations? One equation is y is equal to 2 over 3, x plus 26 over 3. This is one equation, and the second equation is y is equal to 3 by 2x, which we found over here. Basically this one, y is equal to 3 by 2x, we just found, and we will be equating these two equations. So we can write minus 2 by 3x plus 26 over 3 is equal to 3 by 2x. And to get rid of this one, we can basically we can multiply everything by 6, or what else we can do, we can shift this to other side, and we can basically 2 by 3 minus 2 by 3 we can shift to other side. So this will be shifted to the other side, so we'll get 3 by 2x plus 2 by 3x is equal to 26 over 3. And now we can simplify, so we can use calculator for this one. So 3 by 2, 3 over 2 plus this will be 2 over 3, and this is equal to 13 by 6. So we can write here 13 over 6x is equal to 26 over 3, and x will be equal to 26 over 3 multiplied by 6 over 13, and this will be we can simplify this. This will be 13, we can write 26 over 3 and multiply by 6 over 13, and this will be resulting to 4. So x value we will get 4. Now this x value we can utilize to find the value of y, and y is equal to what? Y is equal to 3 by 2x, so it will be 3 by 2 into 4, which we can cancel, and this will be 2 2s are 4 and 3 2s are 6, so y value will be 6. So our C point will be 4 and 6. This will be our this one C point. We were supposed to find C point. Now after finding C point, which is 4 and 6, we will go to the diagram. This is 4 and 6. This is what C point which we have done. They are saying find the area of OBC. So OBC is which one? OBC is basically this triangle, and to find area of this triangle we can write basically we can write half into base into height, and we can take this height as 4. Basically I'll show you the height. We can take this one. This will be x coordinate. X coordinate is 4, so height of this triangle is 4, which is this one. So height is 4, and this base length is 26 by 3. So we will apply area formula, and area will be what? Area will be equal to 1 by 2 into base into height, and we can write 1 by 2 into base is 26 by 3 and height is 4. Now we can cancel 2 2s are 4, and this will be equal to 26 into 2 will be 52 by 3, and this will be A over B format. A over B format, and A value is equal to 52 and B value is equal to 3. This was what we were supposed to do with this question. Hopefully you understood this. Now we can move to the question number 9. Question number 9 says figure 3 is provided a sketch of the part of the curve C with equation. This is the equation of the curve. X is greater than 0 is shown in the figure 3. Point A lies on C and has x coordinates equal to 2. So A lies, A is this one. So x coordinate of C, x coordinate of A is 2, and what we have to show that the equation of the normal to the A is y is equal to minus 2x plus 7, and this is 6 marks question. So at x is equal to 2, we know that the x coordinate is 2. So at x is equal to 2, our curve equation will give us the y value. So basically we are interested in finding the coordinates of point A, and this coordinates of A we will write over here. So we can write A part will be at x is equal to 2, y will be equal to, y is 20 minus, it's given 20 minus 4x minus 18 over x, and we can replace these values, and this will be equal to 20 minus 4 into 2 minus 18 over 2, and we can cancel, this will be 9, and further simplification will give us, this will be 20 minus 8 and minus 9, so this will be 17, so it will be 3, so y value will be 3. Now we got point and C point, coordinates of C point are 2 and 3, and we can mention over here this will be 2 and this will be 3. After finding this what do you call coordinates of C, now we can find the gradient. Basically we need the equation of the normal to C is this one. So gradient, to find the gradient at this point C, what we'll be doing, we'll be taking the equation of the curve, which is 20 minus 4x minus 18 over x, and 18 over x we can write 18 x raised by minus 1. Now we can find dy over dx, and dy over dx will be, derivative of 20 will be 0, and derivative of minus 4x will be minus 4, and derivative of next will be minus 18, as it is minus 1 will pull first, and it will be minus 1 minus 1, it will be minus 2, and it can be written as dy by dx can be written as minus 4, and minus 18 into minus 1 will be plus 18 over x square. So this will be our derivative. Now we can find derivative at C, which is x is equal to 2. So dy over dx at x is equal to 2. So at x is equal to 2 will be what? We can replace x is equal to 2. So it will be, we are replacing in this minus 4 plus 18 over 2 squared, which is 4. So we can calculate, so minus 4 plus 18 over 2 squared will be equal to 1 by 2. So gradient is basically 1 by 2. This is what we found. Now we can find the gradient of the normal. So gradient of the normal will be what? Reciprocal and change sign. So reciprocal will be 2 and negative will be minus 2, and now we can use this gradient and the C to find the equation of the normal. So this will be equation of the normal. We can write equation of normal will be equal to what? We can write y minus y1 will be equal to m into x minus x1, and we can replace this, basically y minus y1 will be 3, so we can write the gradient as minus 2, and x minus x1 will be 2, and now we can simplify y is equal to minus 2 into x will be minus 2x, and minus 2 into minus 2 will be plus 4, and this minus 3 will be shifting to other side, so it will be plus 3. So y will be equal to minus 2x plus 7, and this is the same equation which we were supposed to prove. This is y is equal to minus 2x plus 7. Now for B part, our task is the normal to C at A meets C again at point B as shown in the figure. Use algebra to find the coordinates of B. Now we have to find the coordinates of B, and B is over here. So basically what we'll be doing, we'll be equating the two equations. What are the two equations to be equated? One equation is the, what do you call, equation of line. This one equation of the normal, and the basically equation of normal to C at A is this one. Okay, and the second equation which we will be equating will be this curve equation. So we can equate these two equations for part C. So C part we can solve over here. This will be y is equal to minus 2x plus c, and the second equation will be y is equal to 20 minus 4x minus 18 over x. So now we can equate them. So minus 2x plus 7 will be equal to 20 minus 4x minus 18 over x, and we can multiply everything by x to get rid of this denominator x. So it will be minus 2x squared plus 7x is equal to 20x minus 4x squared and minus 18. So we got rid of a x denominator, and now we can shift basically x squared to other side. So it will be 4x squared minus 2x squared and plus 7x, and this 20 also will be shifted to other side. So minus 20x and minus 18 will be changing to plus 18 is equal to 0. So this will be simplifying, adding like terms. We'll get 2x squared and minus 13x and plus 18 is equal to 0. This is the quadratic equation in terms of x which we'll be solving, and to solve this one we can use calculator mode 53, and this coefficient of x square is 2, coefficient of x is minus 13, and constant value is 18. So this will be giving us 9 by 2 and 2. So 9 by 2 and 2, we will change sign and utilize these values when we will be utilizing 9 by 2. So 2 we will be taking with x. So 2x minus, this will be 9, and the second value will be x minus 2, and this is equal to 0. Intermediate step we can write. So it will be first term, which is 2x, into this the whole second one. So it will be x minus 2, and then minus 9 and minus 9, and this will be multiplied by x minus 2 is equal to 0. Now we can write the basically values on this one. X will be equal to 9 by 2 and x will be equal to 2. Now we got these two values, and now we can find the y values also, and we will replace in y is equal to minus 2x plus 7. If we replace 9 by 2, so y will be equal to minus 2 into 9 by 2 plus 7, and this will be what? This will be minus 2 into 9 by 2, and this will be plus 7 is equal to minus 2. So we will get minus 2, y value will be minus 2 in that case. And if we replace x is equal to 2, we can replace y is equal to minus 2 into 2 plus 7. So y will be equal to minus 4 plus 7. So y will be equal to 3. So y is equal to 3 will be basically second value, but we can we don't require this basically y is equal to 3, because we require this point. We require this point. 3 will be for a value, so we will be providing b value, which is 9 by 2 and minus 2. This will be our b value, which we can write over here. So answer will be 9 by 2 and minus 2. This will be the coordinates of the point which is in the diagram, basically b point. So we can write this b. Hopefully you understood this, and now we can move to the next question, which is question number 10. And question 10 says the triangle xyz in figure 4 has xy is equal to 6. This xy is 6 centimeter. Yz is equal to 9 centimeters. Zx is equal to 4 centimeters. And angle xyz is alpha. This angle is alpha. The point W lies on the line xy. The circular arc ZW will be the circular arc, which is basically this arc ZW. In figure 4 is a major arc of circle with center O and radius 4 centimeter. A part show that to three significant figures alpha is equal to 2 minus 2 to 2, so radians. Three significant figures and we have to show alpha value, and this is 2 marks part which we are going to do. So a part will be solved over here, so we can apply cosine rule. We have all three sides of the triangle xyz, so 9 square will be equal to the other two sides square, so we can write um, 9 square 9 square will be equal to 4 square plus 6 square plus minus 2 into 4 into 6, and cos of alpha. Basically what I will do, I will write this one down, and I will write basically in terms of cosine rule zy square. So it will be zy square will be equal to xz and xy. So xz squared plus yz squared. Xz squared plus xy squared, basically xy squared. So xy squared, this one, xz and xy squared, and minus 2 into xz into xy cos of alpha. So this is basically cosine rule which I have written for you. Now we can find, we will shift basically, first we'll shift these two sides to other side, and we will get 9 square minus 4 square plus minus 6 squared, and now we can shift this one also to other side, so it will be divided by minus 2 into 4 into 6, and this side will be equal to cos of alpha, and alpha will be equal to what? Alpha will be equal to cos inverse of 9 square minus 4 square minus 6 square divided by minus 2 into 24 we can write, and this will be equal to, we can write this will be shift cos of fraction 9 squared minus 4 squared minus 6 squared and divided by minus 2 into 24, and bracket will be closed, and this is equal to 2.195. So 2.195 radians, which we can up to two significant figures we can write 2.22 radians, and this was what we were supposed to prove. And now we can go through for b part. B part says find the area in centimeter square of the major arc, major sector, basically x z y x. So major arc, we can major area of the major sector. First of all, we need the angle, and angle we require will be, I'll indicate basically angle required is this one, and this angle we can write 2 pi is the complete circle in radians, so 2 pi minus the angle which we just found, which is the angle alpha, which is 2.22, and this will be equal to, we can write working over here for b part, and this will be 2 pi minus 2.22. This will be angle of the major arc, and this will be 2 pi minus 2.22 will be equal to 4.063. 4.063 radians. And now we can find area of the arc. Area is equal to 1 by 2 r square theta, 1 by 2 r square theta, and theta is this one which we just found, and it will be r is 4 centimeters, so 1 by 2 into 4 squared into 4.063, and this will be equal to, we can take 0.5 into 4 squared and into 4.063 will be giving us 32.50. So 32.50, so we can write 32.5. This is centimeters square and up to 1 dp or 3 significant figures. Now we can move to the C part. C part says the region shown shaded in figure 4 is to be used as the design for a logo. Calculate. C part is the area of the logo, which is 3 marks. So area of the logo will be containing area of the sector plus area of the triangle. So area of the sector we already found, which is 32.5. This is area of the sector in B part, and now we will find area of this triangle. So C part will be area of triangle. First we'll find, and triangle is XYZ, and this will be equal to 1 by 2 AB sine C formula, and this will be 1 by 2, one side is 4, the other side is 6, and sine of angle, which is 2.22 radians, and we will find this with the help of calculator. So it will be 0.5 into 4 into 6 into sine of 2.22 and bracket close, and this will be equal to 9.558. We can write 9.56, so 9.56 centimeters square. Now area of the logo is required. We will be adding this area and the area of the sector we found, so we can write area of logo will be equal to 32.5 plus 9.56, and this will be 32.5 plus 9.56 will be resulting to 42.06, or we can write 42.1, and we can round it to 42 centimeters square. And the D part says the perimeter of the logo. Perimeter of the logo will be arc length ZW, and then this will be WX, this WY, this will be 2 centimeter, because 6 minus 4 will be 2, so this is 2, this is 9, and in these two values we will be adding the arc length, which we can find by r theta formula. So r theta, r will be using 4, and theta we will be using major arc will be this one, so which is 4.063, so we can use this angle, and this will be the working which we'll be writing for D part. And D part says we require the arc length, so r theta will be arc length, which is equal to 4 into 4.063, and this will be equal to 4.063 multiplied by 4 will be equal to 16.252. 16.252, this will be centimeters as it is length. So perimeter will be equal to what? One side is 9, other side is 2 centimeter as we indicated in the diagram, plus this will be 16.252, which will be equal to we will be adding plus 2 plus 9, and this will be equal to 27.252. 27.252. So we can round it to 27.3 centimeters, and this is basically the final question of this paper, which we are done. Hopefully you understood each and everything, and you need to subscribe the channel if you want these type of videos in future as well, and press bell icon so that you will be getting notification for incoming videos and the latest videos. Recommend this channel to your friends and class fellows, and introduce this channel to your respected teachers. Thank you very much for watching. Take care. Bye.